Hallo, hallo. Ja,
Deze microfoon?
ja, ik denk het.
Lekker op 2.
Probeer mij.
Is deze goed?
Prima.
Oké.
Okay. Okay, for the viewers back home, I'm here with a new guest. Position him well into the shot. Tom Zeppenfeldt. Welcome.
Ja, dank je.
You're from Ophelion.
Yes, correct.
What is Ophelion? I heard you're going to explain to me and show the website at the same time.
Well, Ophelion is the name I'm working under. I'm an independent consultant on information management with about 15 years development experience in West Africa and Latin America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. How, by the way, how do you think how is the atmosphere here?
Well, atmosphere is quite interesting. Actually, I've been here. I was in the previous event in Amsterdam last year, and I think there are lots of familiar faces, but also a lot of new faces. And what is interesting that each of the people who was there really have made some progress in developing towards really open data for development.
In the last how many years?
Well, I joined this party, if you can say so, about 2.5 years ago. But it was based on my own experience with, let's say, my difficult experience with monitoring and reporting in all kinds of development projects.
We are. I'm now switching to the monitor.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at what I call a data browser, and that's a website where you can discover all kinds of data. Currently, you're looking at a demo version, but when we are fully rolled out, then you will find about a couple of millions of these rows, and each row provides in fact a statement. So the first one, for instance, says that we plan to have 450 households working on manioc in Muhanga. So that's typical statement on that refers to development activity, in this case for a project in Rwanda.
Yes.
Okay, shall I just continue a little bit explaining?
Please.
Okay, what, for instance, if you want to know something about maize in 2012, then you can look at it at a kind of Google-like way, but it returns structured information. You can even filter it down furthermore over here if you want. And people with the correct, the right level of presentations, they can also enter data. So they got data entry forms which are completely generic. So if you put new stuff in there, automatically the reports, the entry forms are updated. Once you get data in there, of course it's interesting to create some tables about it. And then, well, just a small example, for instance, the target of servers that is under integrated soil fertility management. You can generate tables like this of it, and all of it can be accessed in different types of formats. So also for users that are into visualization or graphings or maps, they can get their data out of Ordex, which is the name of the platform, and then use it for their own benefits.
That's in short.
That's a short what Ordex is about. And currently we are doing a first rollout in large projects that is targeting 1 million farmer households in Rwanda, Burundi, and Congo.
And what is for somebody who just tuned in right now?
Yes.
What kind of data, for example, are you collecting in Rwanda with these farmers?
Rwanda, well, this is about farmer income, lots of baseline studies on food security, on the level of application of integrated soil fertility management. It also can be about safety, because Rwanda, as you know, it's a pretty tense region. And the interesting is that you can not only store your own data with it, but we can also load data that is available from World Bank, for instance, or from the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda. So instead of
you can like
merge them
and see what's going on.
And that's one of the main issues that we want to tackle, is that instead of every project recollecting more or less the same data every time, just to have a good source where people can say, okay, I want to do something about food security. Let's look at what has been done in this province on Rwanda, what data is available, so that I can hire those people to collect data in my area too. So that's more or less the kind of game we are in.
And You seem, I mean, you are in this since when?
Um, well, I'm in development since about more than 20 years. But
Yes.
I had, in the meantime, I did stuff on IT. And then, well, let's say the combination of IT and international development keeps being very, very interesting and challenging.
But now, because the great thing about most NGOs that they are not so afraid to share a lot of information, right? If you compare it to big companies, for example.
Well, in fact, I talked to quite some people who say, well, from an organizational perspective, they think they have some kind of policy of open data, but once really you ask them to open up their data and including their failures, it's not that easy. People really take a step back. Um, but I think, well, it's a development that you simply cannot stop, because also from all kinds of funding agencies, like for instance the Dutch government also, they simply require more transparency and almost also
Well,
more
exactly.
efficiency in data collection.
And if you say like we can merge information, for example, from the World Bank and what how it can benefit the world of this farmer, for example, or the income generation. I don't know. This is information that for an NGO could be very interesting, of course, and they already have so much information. So for NGOs, it could help themselves also.
Yes, what would be a great advantage for a lot of organizations who are now opening up their data, but is before you can merge different data sets. For instance, the World Bank, and from IATI and even the Dutch Statistics Institute, they are open, but they are not in the same format. So a lot of people who want to use their data and who want to make combinations of data, they still run into this problem of having to convert it into a single format. And that's what we solve, is that we import a lot or convert a lot of data from existing sources. So we make it searchable and also usable, and whatever data you get, you always get it in the same format.
How much time do you think it will take us for NGOs to open up and give us more of their data?
Well, I think
let's look in the glass ball.
I think 2 to 4 years. I think then you would really have let's say a platform. Platforms available, because it's also technology driven, and now things that we are doing now weren't even possible 5 to 10 years ago, because simply we didn't have the technology. So once the technology is available, and then people, well, let's start with the discussion on technology, but finally we will be more discussing policy than technology.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this interview. Did you already have a soup?
No, I was waiting to be interviewed, so now I'm getting hungry.
Let's have a good soup, and thank you very much, and good luck the upcoming years.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan.
Let's hope for more data to come.
Okay, cheers. Okay, bye.